Welcome back to another YouTube video. This is Kekoa MacAuley, CEO, founder of the Modern SDR, and I just recorded a brand new sales call that I had with an actual prospect that was booked in from our triage team. I actually took the call. It was about 45 minutes to 60 minutes, had a few different objections, right? She actually came in from cold traffic, right, over on Instagram. She had a call with one of our team members, hadn't really been in our ecosystem, so she wasn't even that nurtured, and literally took her from not really knowing us, not necessarily trusting us, to loving what we had on board here at the Modern SDR. Handled her objections after a price drop. She had multiple different objections, whether she'd been scammed in the past, been burned by other course creators and other programs. So it was really tough to hear her having to go through that. But ultimately we were able to handle those objections, get her enrolled, paid in full, and ultimately now she is absolutely crushing it inside the program, role playing and doing mock calls with other students. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this sales call. I hope it's valuable. And if it is, I'll probably put together another video in the future actually breaking down the reasoning behind why I say certain things on this call. But I hope it is helpful. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. And if you want to work with us privately as a private client inside of our Modern SDR community, then just make sure to book in a time to speak with either myself or one of our head advisors at the link down below. Without further ado, let's hop into the training.
Learn a little bit more about you, and then just if everything makes sense, then we can get you started with us. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Okay, cool. And I'm not sure if you're at work now. Is now a good time for sure? Or
Yeah.
okay, cool. Well, cool. I mean, Arnos gave me a little bit of some notes here about you, kind of what you're looking for, but I'd love to hear, kind of what the ultimate goal is, and what even has you looking into, getting into something like sales.
Honestly, I saw your page and I followed along. I've been following along for a little bit now, and I'm always down for another opportunity and working hard and seeing my hard work flourish. Um, and sorry, and I don't know specifically. I'd love to hear more about it from you, but I'm not the type to email 100 different people to see my opportunities. I reached out to a few, and it's a good fit, but I'm also not sure.
Okay, cool. I guess, was there anything that specifically stood out that made it seem like a good fit, like from the videos you saw, from the conversations from Arnos?
I kind of like that there's no you're not you have nothing to lose in this situation. If you work hard, you could see progress, but you're not paying for ads or
Right.
in the financially, if you put in the effort and you set aside time to make sure to get on calls and put in the work, you have potential to see yeah, exactly. I'm a little under the weather.
Cool. No worries. Hope you're feeling better. But cool. You mentioned paying for ads. I mean, have you experimented with e-commerce or other stuff before? Can you kind of walk me through that?
Yeah, so I did join a course, and I did not know what I was getting myself into. The guy was very good in sales. And it's a lot of time you have to invest and also money, and I have the money to invest, but I just it gets to a point where it's a lot, and you just have to keep on doing it, testing new products, and I'm still into it, and I'm trying to do it here and there, but in the overall picture, I think it was just not for me.
Okay. Can you kind of walk me through that a little bit more? I mean, Arnos kind of mentioned that on the notes here, that you tried something in the past, but I mean, was it something off about the program, or was it just you feel like e-commerce isn't for you?
I also I paid for one-on-one, and I thought I would get more individual attention for him to help me walk through it, and that's not really what happened. He the head randomly responds, but mostly he hired people under him to really respond for him, which is not what I was told. I was also told that he would take care of all the ads. So I like building websites, and I'm good at it, and I could, from him, I've learned how to put out websites in an hour or two that are really branded, but I'm not necessarily so creative. So I'm okay, perfect. I'm confident in the website. I'll send you my website. You'll make creatives for the product, and then I'll ship it out quickly. I could do a product a week if that's how it's working. And then when I was up to the creatives, he's like, oh, actually my staff is we're understaffed now, and they're not so good at it. After making my own creatives, you're probably better off just learning the skill and doing it on your own. And I'm like, well, kind of what I paid for, but like I should have stood up for myself more, and I'm like tempted to have another conversation with him about it, just because it's like a big holdback for me.
So it seems like the support just like wasn't there.
Yeah.
It just okay, got it. And how long ago was that?
I signed up like a year ago, around 6 months ago.
Got it. And I guess was there like anything specific that made you kind of draw a line in the sand and be like, maybe I'll pursue a new, program or opportunity, or, I guess what's kind of going on right now that makes you want to look into something like this?
Um, Kind of. I'm like, this isn't working out, and um, I I'm not one to like sign off and ditch. Like I paid a lot of money for that course, and like I really thought I would like good would come out of it, and I am a hard worker, or at least I think I am. Um, but it's just like what I was expecting wasn't there at all, and I felt like I was wasting a lot of my time and money, and I felt like this is another opportunity that, personally, from my understanding, you're not wasting money, and like time is something I'm willing to invest into it if
For sure.
like I could actually go through the whole process and from start to finish.
Cool. Well, Arna's giving me some notes here. You're kind of in that cash advantage job right now, paid pretty well, good salary. I guess really what's the ultimate goal for you? And also too, I'm not sure if you're busy right now. I see you kind of looking off.
No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm with you. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, I am. I'm happy with my job, but there's always like the next step of like I see a lot of employees in the job being paid like commission and 1099, and like I'm like, this is crazy. Like a salary's nice and all, but there's so much more opportunity out there, and it's very limiting, I would say.
I guess is there anything holding you back from being paid commissions at that job? Like if there's other people that are doing that, I guess.
Yeah, no. So there's no commission for my position. Yeah,
I guess is there like other ways you can like increase your income there, or I guess what's the ultimate goal like income wise?
I'm a bit to the moon. Yeah. No, I'm saying like I'm hoping this year in a few months, in 2 months I think, I'm up for a raise, and like I don't know, I think it's also the out of the office time that I have that I don't necessarily use so wisely, and I feel like I'll feel better about myself if I took on something else that I was able to do. And obviously it's going to be hard in the beginning learning a new skill, but
You said not use wisely, like your time like outside the office. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
um, being with the wrong people and doing the wrong things.
I mean, like, kind of walk me through because I mean, like, I feel like it is important to have like off time. Like, I'm not always working too, so like, I guess what does that kind of look like? Like, what ideally would you be doing
No, I
outside?
hang out with my friends randomly, but I also like even like scrolling on your phone for an hour watching a movie. Like I find that a waste of my time that really I could really like invest in something. Like I see all these opportunities to do outside of work, and like you're scrolling even on Instagram, you're scrolling, and that's how I found you. And I'm like, okay, I'm sitting here in bed for like the past hour doing nothing, and I could be
Really doing something else like this potentially, or just any other opportunity to make
yeah.
money would be better.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know if it's a good fit. Like you would know better than I, but I didn't think it would hurt to reach out and see the opportunity.
For sure, for sure. Totally makes sense. I mean, cool. So I mean, like, obviously make more money. I mean, like, you said to the moon, or like just make more. Like, why is that even important? Like, I mean, we all want to make more money, but what's like the reasoning behind that?
I grew up in I'm one of 11 kids,
Holy shit.
and both of my parents were teachers, and I felt like growing up, I personally felt like I was lacking a lot, even like the needs. Like I would work and um and like buy myself things because I'm like I can't like I felt bad that I was taking from my parents because even though that's not so normal.
Yeah,
So I would want to give a different future. I'm not married or have any kids, but hopefully soon I will, and I would want to give them a different future, and that's what pushes me a lot.
that's huge. That's huge. I love it. How many kids would you have?
Not 11.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'd say my mother said 6 and she had 11, so I'm not giving a number.
That's crazy. So pretty much just be able to set yourself up in the future and be able to have a family and things like that, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And I guess are you like seeing a partner right now, or like is that like in order
No.
already? Okay, so that's next. That's next.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So obviously make more money. Right now, kind of tough to do that. You did mention a bonus was kind of coming through. I mean, do you feel like that would kind of hold you off, or are you really looking to just get into something like new entirely?
No, like I think I want to do this. I think I just salary is so limiting. Like it's your same paycheck every month, even if you are getting paid nicely. Like I'm getting over 6 figures now, but like it's still the same. I don't know. I sound a little ratty, but I'm like, if there's more out there that I could put in my hour, put in my 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it takes, like why am I just sitting here? And that's my attitude towards it.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I guess with this current job, like, are you enjoying the job at least? Like, it's so good, or
Yeah, yeah. No, God,
just
I'm treated well, and the work is fun.
so it's more to just add something on top, right?
Yeah.
So, and I guess like if you don't find like a new opportunity, I guess what would really happen then? Because I mean, like I guess what would be the plan to I guess make more income there, if that makes sense.
Um, guess I'll have to keep looking. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. But it's not really possible like in the current job state.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Um, very much set up well for family. Cool. And I have some notes too. Right now, you kind of save about 1 to 2K a month, but kind of want to get up to that 4K per month mark. Is that something like specific so you can buy a home, like do stocks more? Like what's kind of the goal with that?
Yeah. No, so now I currently have like an investment, um, a few investments, but I would like to like save up for a home and just know that I'm like secured and I won't have to work for the rest of my life. Like I would also love to eventually, like I'd rather work 10 hours a day now and eventually just be a mom and be able to be home with the kids in the future.
So you do prefer to have something where you don't have to necessarily go into an office or do something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Is that kind of putting a strain on you like right now, or is that more like a future thing?
No, yeah, no. Now it's fine.
Okay, got it. So I guess what really has you looking into something like this now? Because I mean, like right now, it doesn't seem like there's anything like really that's truly legal. So I guess what had you looking into this opportunity right now?
Think if then now I have more freedom. Like I'm not in a relationship, don't have a family, and I have like more time to do it. Um, and yeah,
Yeah, it makes sense. Um, okay. And right now you have 2 to 3 hours set aside that you could do something like this.
yeah, for sure.
Got it. From the resources you saw, did you get to check out the testimonials, kind of like everything like that, or
Yes, I watched the longer one that you sent me, and then some of the students.
what were your thoughts on those?
Um, it sounded. No, I'm not really sure what the whole thing is to be honest.
Okay.
But it sounded like interesting.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Did you get a chance to watch like the 40-minute video kind of breaking down like exactly
Yeah,
how like you can give
yeah.
businesses they sell high ticket products and ultimately you're able to bring home an extra $500,000 in commissions for every sale that you're kind of helping enroll these people in.
It's your own product or it's a product for a different company that I was confused by.
Yeah, so it's a product for other companies. So there's these, big online companies, mainly online education is kind of like the companies that we help our students get placed with.
Hmm.
But pretty much you have the skill sets to actually help sell for them, with all of these, different digital products, maybe even the e-commerce course that you've done in the past, there's obviously an investment. But there has to be someone that actually takes those calls. So ultimately we're teaching you exactly how to be the person to take the calls and, make, let's say it's a $10,000 product, 10% commission, $1,000 per deal. So does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, I was a little confused because you were saying that you did like a fitness thing and that's what you sold, and then I'm like, so is it our own or? And then it sounded like it's other people's. So I was just,
Yeah, so it's other people's. But
okay,
yeah, I mean,
cool.
is that something that you could see yourself doing or what does that kind of
Yeah,
look like?
no, yeah.
Okay,
I'm saying if I have the like right now I do not have the skill set to do it, but
gotcha.
if I am taught, I would definitely get on the call, like get on the phone and
For sure. And I mean, there's obviously like tons of other, like resources out there, right? You were kind of burned in the
yeah.
past with like a program. Like, I guess what's just holding you back from doing something for like free?
What'd you say, sorry?
I mean, what's just kind of holding you back from just doing something like by yourself or like just learning from
So,
YouTube? Yeah.
good question. I feel like it's kind of sort of a waste of time that like here I don't know how much you guys charge, but it might be worth the money to pay to just have all the information that you need to know compacted into one than to that like I could spend the next 6 months learning something on YouTube and all these things that you could have information right there for me in probably a lot less, and that like money is time as much as time is money. So sorry if I'm saying technically I can, and it might be an idea for the future, but I think it also I wouldn't say I have the time to scroll through it all. And being part of a community, I see like even in this other thing that didn't really work out, that like being part of a community also makes a difference, that you're all in it together, like each student helps each other if they need, and it's just more motivating.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that was like the biggest takeaways from like the masterminds I've joined in the past. It's like the information's amazing, like it's super helpful, but being around the like-minded people, that all have similar goals and passions, I think that's like super huge. So that's cool. Um, okay, so more like just pretty much be able to save time, have the community aspect of things. Really cool. And for you, I mean, I guess is this something that I mean, obviously you have the time right now from what you're kind of saying, but I mean, is this something you're looking to get started with, pretty soon, or is it like let's do it in 6 months? Like what's kind of your timeline with potentially getting started with something?
I would start. I'm ready.
Ready to go? Yeah. Cool. And from Instagram, I guess all the other videos. I guess do you have any like other questions about how this potentially works, or do you kind of see this as the path to be able to really set you up, financially for the future, and be able to have the resources for eventually kids and like a partner as well? What does that look like?
That might come to my head right now. Is there anything like money you're putting out during, or it's all you don't have to buy like subscribe to the companies?
No.
I'm not sure. I think that's it.
Well, cool.
Just like this last course, I'm a little scarred. That
yeah.
you just need like the 500 saved up, and then the course costed a lot of money, and then like it's not just $500. Which I do have a job and I have money saved up, but it's also like just like the subscriptions for putting out the stores cost a lot, and each ad costed a lot, and it's just like just kept on adding and adding up. I'm like, I'm not ready for that.
How much did you have to invest in that? If you don't mind me asking? How much did you have to like put into that? I guess with like the program, but then all the ad costs and everything.
Like close to 10K, a lot of money. Yeah.
And did you not make a return from that, or?
No, not really. Like, I don't want to drop it because I just like.
Right.
But I'm like putting it a little bit to the side, and I might like. Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's getting more. I'm like at a certain point you have to accept your loss. Like if you really, really put in effort and you really tried your best, then like if I continue, I could put in another 5K and potentially lose that also. So I'm like trying to speak with people who know the industry and see what they think. But for now, I kind of put it on pause.
Right, for sure. Because the reality is like Russia, like on this too, right? There's obviously investment, but once you learn, and honestly, like, I think sales is probably one of the most quintessential skills like to have. Like I think there's only two things that you have unlimited earning potential, and that's either running a business, right, which is really difficult. There's 20, 30 different skills, right? And maybe that program honestly worked, right? Maybe it was just like the marketing was off, or the product was off. Like there's like 20 different things that could be happening. But what I like about sales, and what I mean, we have like 800 plus students now. But what I feel like a lot of students really love about this is that it's just one skill that you have to master, right? You're still able to go straight to the money, where you're able to literally just take the sales calls, right, for these businesses. And if you make the sale, right, after that you're done, right? It's not any of these other headaches. It's just hop on, you make your own schedule, and that's ultimately why I think a lot of people like that. So I mean, from that kind of recap there, I mean, could you see yourself doing something like that if you didn't have to deal with the ad costs and building out products or websites or all this other complicated stuff?
Or it's also not yes, the answer is yes, but it's also not like I would spend like literally full Sundays of just like endless hours building out websites and making ads. I feel like here this is more appointment based. Like you know your schedule in advance. You're not gonna be spending. I'm saying you could be spending hours and hours, but like that's your schedule. You accepted whatever appointments you accepted for those days, and and you're ready for it. So I think that would work better for me.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, like, and I guess with the schedule at work, like, you feel like you'd be able to fit that in. Like, I know there's
Yeah,
hours and the weekends too.
but I start at 10, so really I could start at 8.
Oh,
But then I'm
okay.
saying like I could start, like I could come into the office at 8 and make some calls before, um, like lunch break, nights. I don't know if nights are so good, so I could do an hour of my own work through the day and stay till 7.
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome. I mean, I think this could
Mhm.
be a solid fit. So once again, right, because I just want to make sure that this isn't going to be a similar situation with where, let's say you did join us, but I also want to make sure that this isn't going to be a similar situation of like the past program and past experiences, right? So I guess was there anything else that you felt went wrong there that you could be kind of hesitant about, potentially getting started with us and getting rolling with something like sales?
Um, Honestly, we didn't do this. I think that was, I, now I know when you're getting into something in the beginning, they like make it sound all exciting and like you'll see
Oh, yeah,
results.
I'm
No, you're
getting
not.
excited
You're
about this
being,
one. Like,
no, but you're being not that you're not making it exciting. You're sitting here spending a half hour, 45 minutes of your time to go through everything and make sure I'm comfortable. Like you got on a call. I'm not trying to put this guy down. Like I think he's a great
sure.
guy and I think what he's doing, and I've seen some of the students haven't seen results, but you're sitting here spending your time going through everything, and um, I'm sure you're very busy, and you said yourself you have like 800 plus students. Um, but my mind's going off topic. Um, what was the? I like like I said, the time that you're spending, and nothing. It all sounds good. My head is like foggy a little.
No worries. Um, I've been there. We went out this past weekend and Sunday was hell, but everything's good now, so that's good. Um, well, cool. I mean, if you'd like, I can kind of walk you through really like the three pillars. So I mean, for all of our students, like everything's customized, but we really have like a three-pillar approach that we kind of go through to make sure that you can actually have success with this if it's something that you want to get going with on this call. Is that something that you'd be opposed to if I kind of ran you through that?
No, please.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so I mean, really for you, right? I mean, I know you brought up, the e-commerce, you brought up, having to run ads, like do all that stuff. And honestly, you can make a ton of money with e-commerce, right? I think we all know that. But the reality is, right, there's the startup capital, like you said, you put 10K into it, didn't get a return, you have to learn multiple different skill sets. It's really gonna make things difficult. And it might take another 6, 12 months to even start making profit. So on the other hand, right, we have something like, remote triaging, online sales, that I can really explain in these quick 3 steps to ultimately help you, start making more money and, kind of be able to build up the family and the future, right? So the first pillar is really our certification phase, right? And that's really where you take, the modules, the curriculum, everything that we've, spent, I think now it's like 16 months that we've spent, building out, but then all the past experience as well. That's allowing our students to make an extra, 2 to 3 thousand a week. Some students making 500 to $100 or 500 to $1,000 a week, right? But ultimately be able to really start scaling out their income. We have 3 coaching calls every single week with Patrick, Alex, and Ryan on our team. They actually work with the students, make sure that everyone's taken care of. We do something called hot seats too, where you actually can hop on and drill live in front of the other students if that's something you're like wanting to do. And ultimately make sure you have the proper guidance, because I know that was really important to you, the proper guidance and the community that you need to get results. So does that kind of make sense so far?
Yeah. Actually, another thing that didn't work out was that he like put me in a one-on-one WhatsApp group with him and like 3 coaches, and like the other coaches I guess were available, so they would respond. Like I would post my story, they would respond like what looks good, what doesn't, and then like randomly he would go on the WhatsApp and he'll check it over and be like, you need to change the theme of the website and this, and like he would correct the whole thing, and I'm like, I don't have time. Like I'm sitting here listening to one coach who's saying like it's good, just switch like one little thing, and then like you who really obviously knows his stuff a lot better telling me to switch everything. And I'm like, I'm not wasting my, like, it was such a waste of time. I was getting a little upset about that also. But it sounds like your coaches are on top of
Well,
their
yeah, I
stuff.
mean, like, because at the end of the day, right, sales is, I'm not going to sit here and tell like, hey, money's going to fall in your lap. Like it's fine.
No, no,
Um,
no, I know.
so as long as we're on the same page with that. But the reality is, right, is that everything comes with practice, right? So there's kind of two like portions. We have the group coaching calls, but then we actually set up the students with each other, right? So we run something called a mock call, where you pretty much run through an actual like live sales call example, right? Using the scripts, the frameworks that we follow, the examples, etc. And then you can actually post those in the community, get feedback. And then also, if you still don't understand the feedback there, then it's like you hop on the group coaching calls and you're able to, run through that either on Tuesdays. I think Patrick has one tonight at like 8 p.m. And then we have Thursdays twice a month with Alex, and then Fridays at I believe 11 11 a.m. EST is Ryan on Fridays. So you have the coaches that you can actually go chat with live in front of with the students, but then also you have the feedback as well, working with the other students too, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you feel like that would be something that would be helpful there, or like
No, I like that that you
Okay.
pair people up. I feel like you could also share experiences. Share that's even like here you can message random. Not to keep on going back and forth, but I was able to like message other students and see like if things are going for them. But like here it's all live, and you could really make connections that way. That's nice.
Yeah, awesome. Well, that's cool. I guess you have any questions from kind of the first stage from that?
That makes sense. And the first
Awesome.
stage is basically just learning the skill.
Yeah, it's learning the skills. You kind of run through our certification process. So for all the students, the motorcycles here, I'm not sure if you can hear the motorcycles, but they have fucking motorcycles. They're like all down there. They fucking like run by. It's nuts. Anyways, um, but yeah. So I believe we're on the certifications. But yeah, pretty much run through. At the end, you actually hop on a graduation call. That's normally with Alex. So you hop on a graduation call. It's once again running through mocks. Kind of as you did with the students, right? But you're actually hopping on and making sure that you're good to go. Alex provides more one-on-one feedback too. And then we have a business pipeline where we help match up with opportunities. I personally think finding your own opportunity is always going to be the best. Like we show you exactly how to do that. But right, kind of based off if there's like an alignment or fit, right? Then we're going to match you up with businesses too, kind of inside the ecosystem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Could you see yourself doing that based off that?
Yeah. Currently, I would say I do not have any skills in sales, but if I always down to learn, and it sounds like you have the right stuff to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty solid system for sure.
Mhm.
So
No, I'm saying this is literally something you can take anywhere.
Yeah.
Like if you want to
yeah, I mean, I think too,
any business.
like I'm not sure like how the cash advance, system works or whatnot. Like even seeing with like artificial intelligence and like all these things like coming to, like I feel like replace a lot of jobs. It's like, hey, I'm in sales, I'm gonna be fucking fine, whatever happens, right?
Yeah.
Because companies always need that, right? It's like they have to have a way to bring cash in, right? So that's like the biggest thing. So yeah.
And 10K is worth it, or 10K in profit is worth it to pay you 1,000.
Yeah, I guess. I think I'm not sure if I caught your question. Sorry.
No, I was saying that at any sale that you do, they're making 10,000.
Oh,
It's worth
yeah,
it for them to.
yeah,
Let's say we
yeah,
use brokers also, and we make money. If we make money, they're making money, and everyone's happy.
for sure. Cool. I guess any questions on phase one?
Sounds good.
So the second is really the vehicle, right? So after you go through the graduation process, get the certification, right? This is where we're actually kind of matching you up with businesses inside of our ecosystem, right? So I'm not sure if you saw like some of those videos there, but we had Andy. I think they're making like 1.5 mil a month right now in the business. But that's one example of people we can match you up with. Celia Smith, she runs like a luxury travel company, right? So they sell like these big, I think it's like $10,000, $15,000 like masterminds. And then we have, let's say Severe. He's one of my buddies that we met out in Dubai. But he runs a YouTube automation business. So it's like a lot of different like digital products, educational courses that ultimately we help match up our students with. And ultimately, once they have that skill mastered of sales, they're able to plug in their skill sets and start making money at that phase. Does that make sense?
How would you reach the clients though?
Yeah.
So
So there's multiple different methods. One big avenue. So like it's not really like LinkedIn, Glassdoor. It's a little bit different. A lot of these businesses recruit in, let's say, Facebook groups. Or have you heard of School? Have you heard of that website, School? So like School or like Twitter, like there's a bunch of like different avenues. But a lot of the times we actually advise our students to actually send like video messages with some sort of examples of either their mock calls that they practice in with us, or some sort of other like background in sales. Because you'd obviously be just getting started, it would most likely be a mock call that you're sending. If it's something you got started with us here today, but that's kind of what it looks like. Does that make sense though? So show you how to do the whole process.
you're sending a video trying to sell them basically of yourself.
Yeah, but I
The
mean,
product.
yeah, it would be like kind of like a normal like interview process with that, right?
Right. Do you have to like would I have to be on social media and stuff like that, or you can do this
No.
without? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like once again, we have our business pipeline. There's opportunities there that we like send it once you graduate, like we know you're good to go. So because it's also our reputation too. Like we can't just send people that don't know what they're talking about on columns because then it like makes us look bad, right? So if you're graduated, send you the business pipeline. If you're not on social media, we can still show you how to set up, like that way so you can do recruiting. But at the end of the day, like if you're actually good at sales, like you're gonna find a role, right? Like
Mhm.
it's more like if you don't have the skill, like it's going to be difficult. Because it's pretty easy to tell if someone knows what they're talking about. Does that make sense?
Do you see after people like let's say I have no skill now, it's
Yeah.
still possible for me to like it's a skill you can gain or it's like
Well, that's what we're
or no?
teaching. I mean,
No, I'm saying like there's certain skills that people are like if you don't know it like you're hopeless. So
like
I'm
we're
curious.
putting in the work. like
No,
again,
no, obviously I'm gonna put in the work. And I'm just curious. Like, do you need a certain personality or?
like would you say you're more extroverted or introverted? Because right here I'm getting a very mellow vibe, but I feel like I feel like you know how to talk to people like pretty well too. So
No, I am sick. I have like a very bad cold, but
sorry.
no, I'm good. But I would say I'm more of a shy type. But if it's like someone I don't know and I can just like I'm making a business call, I could be more open and
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's really just understanding the other person. I like, because I had a stutter for like 8 years. I still kind of stutter on my name, like when I introduce myself. But I had a stutter from when I was like 12 to 20. Fucking hated it. Terrible. But with enough practice, you kind of get over it. Like if sales is something you want to get into, it's just like, yeah, you make it happen, right? And at the end of the day, like the frameworks that we teach, like work, um, a lot of it's just coming back to, hey, can we follow the frameworks and how can we have our tonality in the particular ways that we're really looking to do? Does that make sense?
yeah.
Cool. So I guess any questions on that? I mean, like, does that make sense? Like, could you see yourself doing it based off
I think so.
that? Okay. Um,
I got this.
you're not giving me much.
In the books. No, yeah.
Okay, cool. And then phase three is really personal growth and development, right? So, I mean, obviously with the first offer, it might be harder to have, an amazing opportunity, like to be frank. But it's like once you start learning, you're getting in, right? 3 to 6 months, once again, kind of as you're at the current job, you feel like you kind of hit your cap, right? You feel like, hey, at this opportunity, I can't really grow. So then at that point, that's when we help you find, a new opportunity where you can start earning more money because of either the offer price point, the commission rates, or maybe you're in a closing role. And that would be kind of the next steps after that for phase three. So you can really, start getting to the income goals that you set. Does that kind of make sense?
In the second step, you're still doing sales, but it's not as big.
So like the vehicle like steps, so it's like phase one, you get certified.
Yeah, no, I got phase
Phase two,
two.
you're selling, and then phase three, it's like, hey, like, do we feel capped in this opportunity? Yeah, let's move on and let's actually start making more money. Yeah,
So you're saying phase two is more of the practice.
starting. Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
But yeah, I mean, based off those three kind of phases, pillars. I mean, could you see yourself doing this? Like, do you have like any questions off that? What is that?
no, I think all my questions are answered. Definitely sounds like a good opportunity. If you could, if you agree on your end from what you got from me.
Yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, it comes down to you. Like it's
No,
gonna come down to
I
you don't want to do this, right?
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, I mean, like on a scale of 1 to 10 being like this is a scam, because I only got this call, to like a 10 being like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Where's your head at?
I would say a 9.5.
9.5. That's pretty good. What's that missing point?
I'm
Missing
joking.
it
No, I'm curious how much this is gonna cost me. That's
for sure,
the catch.
for sure.
And
Yeah, I mean, like money aside, like I guess do you have any other like concerns, like questions, like, based off what we went through, community, anything like that?
no, I think it all sounds good. Yeah, I would say this is like it's a product of your own effort. That's what it sounds like for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I think most things are for sure.
So if I go on vacation, I either take it with me or take a pause for a week.
Well, I mean, I think that's the best thing. My girlfriend and I are planning a trip out to Argentina in like 2 weeks. And like I'm still working in the business. Like normally, I don't even really hop on these calls. So it's more Alex, Ryan, stuff like that. But even if I was hopping on calls, I could literally travel, take it wherever, as long as I got my laptop and Wi-Fi, right? So
Mm. You say it's also, I guess this works better also because like it's being a 45-minute call, make it at 9,
yeah,
10 a.m. and then enjoy the rest of your day.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, so I guess money aside, like you can see yourself doing this, like as long as the investment makes sense and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I guess where do you want to go from here?
Do well, what's next?
Well, yeah, I mean, if we were to move forward here today, you pretty much hop on a 101 success call. It actually be like back there somewhere. I'm not sure where she is, but you you would hop on with her. You had access to the community, coaching calls, modules, pretty much everything that you need to start making an extra 5, 10, 20K a month. I know you felt, a little capped at the current job, be able to allow you some, more opportunities to produce income, and ultimately, be able to, work from home and kind of travel when you want. And for all of that, it would be a one-time investment of
Mhm. Um, like in the long run, you could like it has so much potential. I would say I have to think on it if that's okay.
for sure. I guess what would you be thinking about? Kind of walk me through.
I'm like a little nervous, honestly. Like I could have a lot of money, and it does sound like something that could be like I could really stick to. And it's more of a skill I'm learning here than I'm saying there I learned a skill also, but it was a skill that I guess like the comforting part is that I know this is my investment and this is where it starts and ends.
Sure.
But
Yeah, I mean, like money aside, like I know that was the point holding you back before. I mean, like, could you see yourself like having success with this? Because I think that's what really matters. Like, it doesn't seem like it's a finance thing. It's like, hey, do we actually believe that this is going to get us the results that we're looking for? Right. So I guess do you feel like this would get you like uncapped from the job right now? Do you feel like this would allow you to make more money? Do you feel like this would be a valuable skill that would allow you to travel and you know get upwards so you're able to prepare for the future of the family and everything like that?
um, sounds like it could.
Why do you feel that
I'm
way?
like scared. I'm just scared to get back into it. Like, I
No,
just
of course. No,
coming
I
from a
mean,
bad experience. It's like
you were burned. You were burned in the past. I mean, like, do you feel like after this conversation, after the talk with Arnos, after the testimonials, everything you've seen, like, do you feel like that would happen? Because it's not really the money, right? It's
it is
you feel
cool.
sure.
um, no, I think it's different. I think you're being a lot more straight up and not just getting on a call and rushing out to do your own thing. Um, and like it seems like you really do invest. Like we're not letting you to the next stage until we see that you can do this. And obviously I would have to put in work. But it's just like I would be straight up. I definitely don't have that money set aside plus my savings to. I'm saying not including my savings that I don't like to dip into to to invest into it like right now. Like maybe I'll reach out in a month or two. Um,
No, I mean, take as long as you want, right? Um, so I guess with that
I
though,
feel bad wasting your time, but
no, it's not a waste of time. Like, because I'm here to push you to make the change, right? Um, but like once again, like money aside, let's say you did have the 6,800, on your desk right now. Like, would you be moving forward with this?
probably.
Probably. Probably.
No, yeah, no. I
That's
think
not
right
what
now, no, no. I think right
that's a
now
probably.
it is the. Sorry, I'm not. I'm a lady of very few words. Um, no, I would go through like my money aside. I probably would go through
Yeah.
with it. I
And
would
why?
not probably. I would
100%, we would go through. So I guess why is that?
because I think especially just learning the skill. I think you set it up in a way that it's if you're ready to put in the time, it's hard to not see success.
So I guess
And
if you, yeah, so I guess if you feel like it would be hard not to find success, I guess what would be holding you back?
I don't have the money right now, so
So I guess right now, how much would you have set aside? Because I know you said you don't want to dip into savings, right?
I have like 3,000 available now.
Is that like on a credit card or is that just
No cash.
cash? No,
I'm not a big fan of credit cards.
fair enough. Have you had bad experiences with that?
No, thank God not. But it's very easy to,
Go over.
yeah,
Okay. So 3,000 cash, and once again, like if you had the full 6,800, you would do
definitely. Not probably.
it. Definitely. Okay. Um, I guess kind of walk me through. So I guess in savings, how like I guess is there a reason? I mean, because I totally get it, right? Like I have a savings retirement too. Like, I guess is there a reason why you feel like you don't like dipping into that, or what does that look like?
Because if I do, then it's not savings anymore, and then it's just my extra spending when I need, even though this is an investment that could be good. Like it's in a different bank account. It's like away because
It could be good.
if I no, if I start, I'm the type. If I start, it opens up the boundaries, and
Sure.
I'm just not.
We just want to protect that.
Yeah.
That's totally valid. So we have 3,000 cash this time. And you said you don't have any credit cards or anything like that.
Yeah, I do. I could technically.
Okay, got it. I guess do you like know the limits on those?
I'm saying I have pretty high limits. I think my credit score is very good, but I don't always love
Pretty
having
much.
built up. Yeah.
Well, too. I mean, I think it comes back to once again, right? Like, do you feel like this would work for you, right? Which was a definitely.
Yeah. Well, how does the payment work?
So normally we would just process the payment here in the call. We just use a Stripe link.
I'm
and
saying you do credit card.
Oh yeah, your debit card, credit card, yeah, bank wire, ACH, Zelle, Cash App, Venmo. We do it all.
You're saying do it now and pay the credit card back in 3 months. Not the rest out of my savings, or besides for savings.
Like because I think it really just because we have the money, right? Like I think it really comes down to, hey, do we feel like we can get a return on the investment here? With all the curriculum, I mean, we have 100, I mean, it's like 100 plus hours of coaching calls, with all the curriculum, giving you the exact scripts, frameworks, everything like that, right? You have one-on-one onboarding call with, she's literally right there. You can kind of see her. You get you get access to the coaching calls every single week, right? You're getting all the material that I put together. You met me. It's pretty much everything that we need to, start earning more income and set up yourself for the future. And I think you mentioned it too, like the goal is to be able to stay at home, right? Like, if you have kids down the road, have a partner, stay at home, right? Maybe do a trip. And if you have a skill that would allow you to do that, right? And I feel like that's a pretty big benefit.
What question came to mind and I forgot it? Night. Like, do people ever do calls at night, or that's like it's more of like a
Yep.
8 to 5 kind of thing, or a 9 to 5?
Yeah, I mean, we have guys on our team that'll take calls at like 10 p.m. There's guys that'll take calls at 8.
I'm saying there are clients that would get on a call with you at those hours.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, also for us, like, I mean, we have students in Singapore. We had this girl hop on a call. I think she enrolled with us yesterday. She got on the call at 6 a.m. And then Christian was on with her like in the afternoon for him. He was out in Colombia. But yeah, I mean, like, there's people all over the world. So it comes down to you setting your own schedule.
It comes down to, what do you say?
It comes down to you setting your own schedule for the calls.
So the clients work around us in a sense.
Well, it's also you get to choose which clients like you want to like work with. Like if there was a company that was you take calls from XYZ time to XYZ time and you couldn't take it, then we would just find a different opportunity.
So we're basically working for these companies, and they're giving us the.
And you just have to take the sales calls.
So.
Let's
So we are. So the clients are going to them, and we're just answering the calls.
like, I mean, because with e-commerce, right? Like you mentioned yourself, you work like literally all day on Sunday, had to build out websites, do all that stuff. These companies do all that for you. They have the websites done, the sales funnels, the marketing done. It's just they already have people that want to buy their stuff. They need help, taking those calls because they don't have enough time, right? And if it's 10K products, 10% commission, right? $1,000.
Right? And it's sorry, I could be repeating myself. They put you in touch with their clients also that are reaching out to them.
Yeah. And they're booking calls on.
They're what?
And they're booking calls onto your account at the times that you set. Yeah.
Cool.
What's the worst that would happen? What's the worst that would happen?
The worst is not the worst. I'm saying it's just a loss, but when you're trying to do the opposite and save up and try to support for a future family, it's like So that's like tearing because like, hey, I do have a job that pays well that I'm happy in. So continue. And then I'm like, I have this huge opportunity that I could
That we could make
learn.
more and, be able to have extra money to set aside for a house, kids' school. How much is school these days?
I'm also talking to someone who's very good in sales, so it's even more concerned. No, I'm joking. No, it's true.
So let's get going. You say yourself.
Um,
Set up your onboarding call with Maria. Get going tonight. Patrick has his coaching call.
I feel like I can't say no, but I'm also.
You told me you were definitely.
I know, that's what I said. I feel like I can't say no. Okay, I guess I'm YOLO. I don't know. I guess we'll do it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
It's not going on.
What time can we do an onboarding call?
Ugh.
Cool. Set you up there.
I sell you 3,000 and then do the rest credit card
Yeah, that works.
for you.
Yeah, I'll step up 3,800 and we can do it. It's Kekoa at U2 Influencers.
1 second. Who makes the commission here? Okay.
Are you excited?
I'm excited and a little nervous, but more excited than nervous, so I guess
That's what
I'll
we
be
should.
good.
100%. I'm excited too. The community's awesome. Take really good care of you. We've been dating for 2 years. I know she'll take good care of you.
What's the email?
I'll text it to you. Kekoa at u2influencers.com.
Text it to me.
I can email her. And for onboarding, you can check the times. What time is work done for you?
6. But I'm probably soon, so whatever works for her.
6 Eastern time.
Yeah.
You'll be home by like 6:30. You do like maybe an
Yeah.
8:30 or 8:30 Brazil. Sorry, so 6:30 your time.
Yeah. E Squared Media, LLC, Spicewood.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's the name of that. Let's see. I'll just confirm about that. I'll also text you. Did that work there? Brazil.
Is that a license?
Oh, I believe that was received. And then did you get the pay funnels link here? 3,800 there. Just for.
Oh,
And I'm also going to send you over this onboarding email right now. Onboarding email updated with this.
out of curiosity, how many people get off this call without giving you a yes?
What's up? I've taken 2
Like
calls in the past month, and both people have moved forward. So,
Yeah.
do you feel like this is a good fit? I just want to make sure.
No, I was just curious. No, I think like your part, you're doing your part. I'm saying obviously I was told something else on this other thing and it wasn't fully true, but it sounds like it's kind of hard. Like you have the staff, and I spoke to one of them, and I'm supposed to speak to the other today, but I don't know what happened. But like it sounds like your team is
The people are awesome. The people take
doing
it.
what you can do. And I can't wait to text you that. I made this money back, and
Fucking
it was worth every penny.
awesome. And does 8:30 work tonight? Or sorry, it's 6:30 your time, but 8:30 Brazil.
Yeah. In Brazil, what you said?
Yeah, we're in Brazil. We're in Curitiba. That's the city right there.
Oh, wow. Cool.
We met in Rio a while ago.
Oh, they think it's fraud. Give me a second.
Sorry?
My credit card thought it was fraud. Be concerned.
Oh,
The
just with
link?
the bank?
Oh, maybe because it's a big purchase. It's fraud.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. Do you know the limit on it?
I have.
Sometimes that happens too.
Let me try again.
I think I just went through.
Yeah.
Did you have to like call the bank or something? Or?
Yeah, just had to verify it. It's
Oh,
probably because it was like a bigger purchase.
got it. Awesome. I believe you should have received the next steps email too. I mean, I'll also have Maria reach out here shortly, but just to confirm that 8:30 or sorry, 6:30 p.m. EST works for you, and I'll just have her send a Zoom link for the onboarding call. Or do you want to
6:30. Yeah, perfect.
6:30?
Yeah, yeah, perfect.
I'll send you over that invite right now.